al igual que lo es la inteligencia artificial, el motor del próximo gran cambio. Una herramienta que ha llegado también para revolucionar nuestra economía y nuestra sociedad. Cómo se construyen las ciudades, cómo se distribuye la energía, cómo afecta, por ejemplo, a la medicina. Ahora bien, ¿estamos realmente preparados para adaptarnos a este nuevo desafío? Pues de ello viene a hablarnos nuestro siguiente invitado. Damos la bienvenida a Jaroslaw Poner de la International Telecommunication Union. Mr. Poner, please, it's your turn. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jaroslaw Poner, and I'm coming from the UN agency specialized on the ICTs, on the information and communication technologies. We are the oldest UN agency in the world, which accompanies the ICT sector since more than 150 years. And we are working hand in hand with the 193 member states, private sector and academia, and this makes us very strong. I would like to thank very much to Spain and to the organizers of this meeting for inviting us here. And the reason why we were very happy to be informed that this event is taking place and we would be speaking on the artificial intelligence is that this is the country which makes this right. This is the country which has a very strong interest in the developing artificial intelligence. This morning we have heard from the minister about not only the strategies developed for the country, but also about the practical implementation of the concrete actions strengthening ICT ecosystem in this country, in particular focusing on the use of the artificial intelligence in different sectors. And this is something really to admire. This is also the country which in the international rankings is topping. This country belongs to the top 10 countries in the world of the strongest commitments to the cybersecurity, to the building the confidence in use of ICTs, which will be a key foundation for the artificial intelligence in the new era. This is also the country which in our rankings tops in terms of being prepared to shift from the previous generation of regulation towards the fifth generation of the regulation, where the collaboration, not only with the stakeholders, but the collaboration with the other sectors is at the top of the agenda of all political leaders and the industry. Dear ladies and gentlemen, artificial intelligence has created a lot of hype during the last years. Thanks to the deep learning, thanks to the machine learning, thanks to the increasingly available big data sets, the researchers, the entrepreneurs were able to advance in playing with the data and developing the algorithms which are changing the paradigm we are delivering the services to our citizens. We are delivering the services not only to the citizens, but also delivering the services from the government to the government and from the business to the government and vice versa. Thanks to the AI, there are a lot of promises. We'll improve the agriculture productivity, we'll improve the way how we will be treated by the doctor, having him empowered by the use of the ICTs. For example, in India, already 88% of the doctors are empowered by ICTs, and many of them are using already the applications which are based on the software running with the AI algorithms. Of course, we'll be acting and affecting the way how we are dealing with the climate. We'll be building the smart cities, but also we'll be helping those who are suffering on the daily basis, people with the disabilities. Only last December in Vienna, when we held the Accessible Europe, the first edition of the platform for those stakeholders working on accessibility, one of the Hungarian startups won the prize for proposing to the blind people the glasses, AI-empowered glasses, which are telling to the blind person, thanks to the face recognition, object recognition, what the person would see normally. This is a real impact, this is a real improvement of the quality of life, and this is something what is really important to keep in mind once we are developing AI for good. But AI can be also the source of the challenges. There are plenty of the things which can go wrong if we are not acting properly, if we are not reactive at the appropriate time, and when we are only watching this, what is happening, being driven by those who would like to misuse this technology, which can be good, can be used for the good. The data sets, still, we are having a lot of challenges with this. The AI and algorithms can displace jobs, can also make happen that somebody applying for the loan will not get the loan because of the algorithms. There can be the challenges with the privacy, with the security flows for the algorithms applied, and plenty of the new threats offered by this technology which can be misused by the end users. The production of the fake movies is not anymore a myth. It's something what we are seeing on the YouTube on the daily basis, and while we are fighting with the fake news. So this can be misused, and hearing from time to time the expressions of the great leaders of the world saying who will have control over AI will have the power to rule the world, this is a little bit scary and is waking us up to act together. And to make this happen, we need to act together. It's not the sole fight or sole action. We need all stakeholders on board, all competencies, all possible data, all efforts put into the sandboxing to ensure that we don't know only this what we can do, but also we can predict this what can be done by those who are working in parallel, in separation. That's why the transparency, trust, security are the concerns. Displacing of the jobs are very often used as the arguments by many those who do not want to see the progress on this wonderful technology. Ladies and gentlemen, ITU, as the UN specialized agency in charge of the ICTs, is very much attached to the artificial intelligence. We as the Secretariat, but also our members, are expressing continuously the belief that the AI can positively contribute to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals agreed by our leaders of the world in 2015. We can make the change in the health, security, retail, automotive, manufacturing, financial services, and doing so, we can enable also many enterprises to grow. Doing the business, making money is not a bad thing. And the predictions of the growth of the value of the AI market are tremendously. The market is supposed to grow by around 40% by annual basis and reaching almost 200 billion by 2025. These are big resources which can be still bigger if we are joining forces together and acting as one. Of course, there are different interests of the countries. I'm speaking as the head of the European office. We're acting with a lot of European countries, and we are very pleased to see the strong commitment of different economies to the emerging technology, which is AI. Many countries, for the first call by the European Commission, immediately committed to strengthen the efforts of the European Union to act together. The same activities and the same behavior we see observed also by those who are still in the accession process to the European Union, and even those who are very far from accessing the EU. We are very pleased that there is significant commitment also of the European Union towards this activity, and there is a significant also investment planned in order to strengthen the research and development in this field, putting together communities and pilot the first applications. We're very happy to hear that the 20 billion to be put from 2020, 1.5 billion put for those activities will generate more than 20 billion a year from the next year. So what ITU is doing in order to provide also the platform and how we are navigating to make the growth happen. ITU, as the specialized agency of the United Nations, strongly believes in the technologies helping the development. We identified a lot of challenges which can be addressed by this technology. This is the reason why, since 3 years, we have teamed up with all UN agencies, identifying their competencies and their challenges, and bringing the technology people to look for the solutions and address the concrete challenges of the world to advance the development. Since 3 years, the Artificial Intelligence Summit for Good is bringing together the whole community from all over the world, from US, China, Europe, Africa, and the other continents, to have the open dialogue and to innovate, but not to discuss only policies. More importantly, to discuss concrete solutions which can be the solvers of the problems of the world. In addition to this, based on the discussions at the summit, we have significant work going on the standardization. Since 2 years, we are having the 2 focus groups, one on the artificial intelligence on health, where we believe that the proper solutions for the diseases can be found thanks to the artificial intelligence in cooperation with the World Health Organization. And also, we have another focus group working on the machine learning for the future networks, where we are looking for the efficiencies in the networks itself. But setting standards is not the only thing what we have to do. Also, many of us ask ourselves how far the countries, how far the governments can go with the regulating, policy making, putting some burdens on those who are enjoying freedom in innovating. Of course, there is no clear answer what should be the golden balance in order to not to harm this innovation. But one thing what we know is that the global community of the regulators meeting every year, the leaders of the regulatory authorities, agree on one thing. We need to shift to the 5th generation regulation, and which forces all regulatory authorities to work with the other authorities, like financial regulatory authority, health regulatory authorities, as well as with all stakeholders engaged on a daily basis in the development of such technologies as the artificial intelligence. Only thanks to this, we can make the progress in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, recently, before I'm closing, let me draw also your attention, in particular those who are the practitioners of the artificial intelligence, to the new platform which have been established and announced just recently, the Artificial Intelligence Commons. This is the place where all those who are playing with the artificial intelligence for good are coming together to sandbox and to meet the problem holders with those who are problem solvers. And this is the role of ITU, to provide such platforms that we can together make the better solutions for the better future. Ladies and gentlemen, just closing, I would like to use this opportunity also to invite you to the international debate on these issues, on debate on the policies, regulation, but also on the technical issues related to the artificial intelligence. Just in September, in the telecom world, we will be continuing this discussion as one of the many items related to the emerging issues and technologies, in particular focusing on the small, medium enterprises. And as we all know, the power of the innovation in the artificial intelligence is in the small, medium enterprises, and that's why we look forward to welcoming all of them there in Hungary. Thank you very much, and we hope to see many of you in Geneva or in other places being part of the international discussion on this emerging technology which has the good promise for making the life better in the future. Thank you very much.